Bloomberg says raising taxes on the poor is good because they live longer. Hello and welcome to TST. If you are new to the channel, tap on the subscription button and press the notification bell so you can receive news and updates that you can rely on daily. It is rare, if ever, that one hears taxes discussed as anything other than a hassle or a burdensome reality, or at best, a civic responsibility. For billionaire 2020 Democratic presidential primary candidate Michael Bloomberg, however, taxes are far more than that. In fact, the former New York mayor seems to believe taxes are a sort of mystical life-giving force. According to an interview with the International Monetary Fund, he also contends that one incredibly surprising segment of the American population would benefit dramatically from higher taxes. Who are they? They are those living below the poverty line. Bloomberg's theory of success for such tax hikes? Well, they would give the government more control over low-income Americans' behavior, as he says. Some people say, well, taxes are regressive, but in this case, yes, they are, Bloomberg told Christine Lagarde, then managing director of the IMF in April 2018. That's the good thing about them, because the problem is in people that don't have a lot of money. And so, higher taxes should have a bigger impact on their behavior and how they deal with themselves. So, I listen to people saying, oh, we don't want to tax the poor. Well, we want the poor to live longer so that they can get an education and enjoy life. And that's why you do want to do exactly what a lot of people say you don't want to do. Watch.
You have this global position, and I know you're extremely active. How do you have this sort of tailored approach per country, per nature of audience that you deal with?
Well, Bloomberg Philanthropies gives a lot of money to fight non-communicable diseases, and each country, as you point out, is different. Social mores are different, the impact of taxes is different, and taxes are one of the real reasons, real ways you influence people to do what's in their own interest, but where they might not expect that. So if you want to get kids to stop smoking, raise cigarette taxes, and the more you raise them, the less they smoke. Now, some people say, well, taxes are regressive, but in this case, yes, they are. That's the good thing about them, because the problem is in people that don't have a lot of money. And so higher taxes should have a bigger impact on their behavior and how they deal with themselves. So I listen to people saying, oh, we don't want to tax the poor. Well, we want the poor to live longer so that they can get an education and enjoy life. And that's why you do want to do exactly what a lot of people say you don't want to do. The question is, do you want to pander to those people, or do you want to get them to live longer? And there's just no question. If you raise taxes on full sugary drinks, for example, they will drink less, and there's just no question that full sugar drinks are one of the major contributors to obesity, and obesity is one of the major contributors to heart disease and cancer and a variety of other things. So it's like saying, I don't want to stop using coal because coal miners will go out of work. Well, will lose their jobs. We have a lot of soldiers in the United States, in the U.S. Army, but we don't want to go start a war just to give them something to do. And that's exactly what you're saying when you say, well, let's keep coal killing people because we don't want coal miners to lose their jobs. The truth of the matter is there aren't very many coal miners left anyways, and we can find other things for them to do. But the comparison is a life or a job, or taxes or life. Which do you want to do? Take your poison.
So
It is the honest contention of Forbes 2019 Billionaires list's 9th richest man in the world that those people living in poverty are the problem, and the solution is a system of taxation that gives the government de facto control over their everyday lives. Now, let's be frank. To wager, the poor are so incapable of making good decisions that they need the government to artificially raise the prices of luxuries or unhealthy products to entirely inhibit bad decision making is beyond ideologically dangerous. It is, as Brothers Before Others contributor Rob O'Donnell tweeted, the epitome of the nanny state mentality. This man is running for the Democratic nomination. This man is running for President of the United States. I cannot believe I am saying this, but at least self-professed socialist-like Senators Bernie Sanders of Vermont and Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts have enough faith in impoverished Americans to expect that with a hand up from the government, they too would be able to make a good life for their families. And this is not to say those two have it right by any means. But there is a glaring difference between the unconstitutional big government of a Sanders or a Warren and the big brother-esque controlled state Bloomberg is proposing. An America in which the government radically redistributes wealth is one I never want to live in. An America in which the government takes direct legal action to enforce class-based hierarchies by artificially raising prices to deny vast swaths of citizens basic products and experiences the state deems bad for them is a downright dystopia. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you know TST has an official merch store where we have a variety of custom t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, mugs, phone covers, and many more? Please make sure to give it a check and maybe help us out by picking some products for yourself and your loved ones. It does sure make a huge difference to what we're doing here. Link to the stores in the description box below. Please share the news among friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to Top Stories Today. Thanks for tuning in to TSD. I'm David Ravine, and I'll see you in the next one.